Here's a live look from the Century Plaza Hotel and Spa in Broad Street. It's overcast out there, but it's drying out nicely. It's going to be an all right day. One last check-in with Russ coming up. We are in the kitchen with Executive Chef Dino Renaerts, and we have a turkey going here. It's turkey season.
It's turkey season.
Dino, we don't cook turkey that much, maybe a couple of times a year.
That's
so
right.
It's like, oh, how do I do it? I got to go back to the internet to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's right, or call Mom.
Yeah, exactly. Mom always seems to remember. I never do.
So,
okay, what are we doing here? How do we make the perfect bird?
Okay, well, to keep it simple, couple tricks for having a really moist bird, and then we'll talk about time and how long roughly, because you ask your mom, she says 15 minutes per pound. Well, I don't stick to the poundage.
You don't like the 15 minutes
No,
a pound?
I like to
what
go
do you think is more important?
temperature-wise. So first of all, let's talk about air drying the bird. So
what does that mean?
You take the bird out of the bag, or you get it from the grocery. You take it out of the paper, wherever you're buying your bird from. If it's free range JD turkey or one of those kind of birds.
Do you leave it on the counter? Do you leave it in the sink?
You can leave it in the fridge uncovered overnight.
In the fridge uncovered. Okay.
I usually do a little bit of a dry rub, so I might rub kosher salt on there, some fresh herbs like thyme and sage and rosemary, or you can do a brine method. Brine method is where you take kosher salt. In this case, I did apple cider vinegar. Apple cider.
Yeah, and then you just take it and you're basing it on the raw.
That's right. So
turkey.
while it's cooking, do you
do it at the start, or you do it while you're going?
I actually do it overnight with a bit of the liquid on it, and then when I'm cooking, I baste it every sort of half hour.
And then you continue to be slathering it on there.
That's right. So
how often? So you open up the oven every half hour? That's okay for the turkey?
Roughly. I set a timer and then just keep doing it. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, the whole idea is that you're adding color. I usually start at a high temperature. So for turkey and most poultry, I start at about 400 degrees. I do that for the first 45 minutes, and then I bring the temperature down to about 325 to 350, depending on how big the bird is. So this is a 12 to 15 pound bird. So if you calculate it at 1.25 to 1.5 pounds of turkey meat per person,
for this math,
that's 10 to 12ve people. So
that's a lot of turkey. There's a lot of other things that go around the turkey. How much meat are you in fact eating?
Yeah, exactly. How much are you eating? And there are a lot of leftovers, which is fine for soup and the next day, but you don't want like
turkey
a week's
curry
worth.
Is one of my favorites.
That's right.
Okay, Dino, one more question. Do you cover it and then uncover it for the last hour? That's what I do. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. We use the temperature as opposed to the pounds per hour. So I'll stick it in the thickest part of the thigh to get the temperature. 165 degrees Fahrenheit is the exact temperature you want it. So you can buy thermometers these days that can go in the oven while you're cooking, and it'll tell you exactly when it's done, right? Yeah, and then you pull that out. I usually cover it with foil, let it sit for about half an hour. You take the drippings, you make your gravy, and then you're ready to carve the bird. The bird is rested, and basically what's happened is all the moisture comes back throughout. Because when you heat any meat, it gets away
it pushes everything to the center.
The hottest part, right?
That's right, and then it flows back out.
Oh, okay. So what are you doing here?
Okay, so last thing I want to talk about, if you're a smaller family, and maybe you don't want to do a full bird, you can do a breast. So I have a 1 kilo breast, a 2 kilo breast, and some thighs. And so
you can buy them just like this?
That's correct. And so I usually buy extra thigh meat because we like the dark meat. And this, so you would roast it in a frying pan or in a large roasting pan, and then I've just added butter, some thyme, some rosemary, some garlic, and then you're just kind of basting it at the end, and you're getting a bit more of a glaze.
And you're still getting the oil, so you still could make gravy from your drippings here, or not as much?
You could, sure. You could take this and whisk in the flour to make your roux, and then you pouring in your turkey stock. So I usually save the turkey gizzards and the
and then
neck.
That's your stock.
Yeah, and then I use a little bit of chicken stock, and that's how you make your gravy.
That is awesome. This looks great. It smells even better. Thanks so much, Dino.
You're welcome, Michael.
Hopefully, for me, definitely, you have uncovered how we make the best bird. Coming up next, we'll